Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Geek Reviews. This week's review is on the White Dwarf, the new releases, the rumours, and some little bits and bobs that I've seen in the new codex that I'm going to review for the Blood Angels, as well as the rules for Smaug and some other rules I found inside here in the White Dwarf. So I'm just going to go jumping straight in and start off with what's new and new releases in this week's White Dwarf. So let's get rid of it. First thing we have is the new Blood Angels Assault Terminators. I am quite liking the looks of these. They're very Blood Angels-esque. I don't know why they need their own Terminators, because you do get Assault Terminator kits and normal Terminator kits. I'm guessing if you just wanted some nice Blood Angel looking looking Terminators. But all in all, I do quite like them. They do what they say on the tin. They're Assault Terminators for Blood Angels. I'm assuming the kit actually has some extra bits and bobs that are just for the Blood Angels, but all in all, quite nice like the kit. It shows you what GW can now do with the plastic and the plastic moulding. It just means they're going to get better and better with what they do. So we can all look forward to some very nice plastic kits, hopefully within like the next God knows how long, because it'll probably go through and slowly replace all the fine cast and metal models with these, so hopefully lots of nice shiny plastic kits come out over the next couple of months. Next we have the new Librarian as well, going on with the Terminator trend. We have a nice new Terminator Librarian with his nice Force Axe and what looks to be a combi Melter Bolter? A combi Storm Bolter with a Melter or Inferno's pistol built into it. This would be good for anyone who wants to convert up a new Terminator Librarian with a plastic model, because I've looked at the sprue for this one and the entire right arm looks to be detachable, is completely detachable, and the same with the shoulder pad, so you can just get another Terminator and Terminator shoulder pad to go there, and there you go, that would be perfectly fine. Just got to take off the random blood drops that are on it and on the actual Terminator himself and his force weapon, but still quite nice for a Librarian for the Blood Angels with the Terminator, because he's going to be strength 6 on the charge with the Force Axe and Furious Charge, because they all have Furious Charge. I have looked at the codex and none of them have the Red First now. That's a different special rule for a particular detachment or formations. So yeah, that's pretty cool that they have that they just have a blatant Furious Charge all over. They all get +1 strength on the charge. That's good. What else we have going through here? Going through the rest of the White Dwarf. No, that's last. That's last. We have the new things for the for the Hobbit as well. We have some more orcs. We have the White Orc, Azog, and Borg. They have new models right here. They're looking quite good. You've got a mounted and unmounted version for Borg and an unmounted version for Azog, because I already know he has a mounted version. What else do we have? We have Garen's here. I'm not sure who he is. I can't remember him. It's been a while since I've actually watched the last movie, and I've not seen the latest movie yet. So, and then also we have the Shield of Baal Devourer, which is Necrons versus Tyranids. That looks quite good, and also gives a hint at, because I've seen other things, bits and bobs where there's Necrons versus Blood Angels versus Tyranids and stuff like that. So that's quite good that it's hinting at new Necrons soon. So I may give up on the idea of doing a Blood Angels army to do Necrons army, because I've always liked just doing Necrons. So I may just do that. Also maybe just because hopefully there could be more canoptic stuff, because I quite like all the canoptic spiders and reeves and stuff like that, and like the forge ones as well. So I was like going, maybe doing an unbound army with that, but maybe they may just have an army in there. What else is in this week's White Dwarf? We have the more Forge World stuff, more Solar Auxiliary. I have been following that because I play Guard, so it's kind of like the precursor to the Guard. So the Imperial Army. That's quite cool. I like all the tags. I like the looks of the actual cast themselves for the Solar Auxiliary, because they just look awesome. What else do we have? We also have it that one? Yeah, there we go. We also have the new section for the Shield of Battle campaign, the Exterminus. In this campaign book, there are formations and data slates for. Where did I read it? Yeah, there's 18 data slates in here, as well as formations for the Cryphon Alliance, which is led by Captain Dante, which I'm guessing is some sort of big formation between the Flesh Tearers, Blood Angels, and I think there's another one. I can't remember. But yeah, basically there's also in there there's a nice big brutal battle between a Hierophant Biotitan and a Shaitan, which sounds quite cool. I'm not going to get a hold of this copy because it's only Blood Angels. There's nothing Tyrannidy in there, so I'm not going to grab a hold of this unless I can find a digital copy somewhere on the internet and have a look at and maybe give a bit of a review over. But yeah, at the minute I'm not very interested. I may see if I can see a friend's one when it comes out, but I'm not going to be overly going out there to buy it. Also, as well, a new thing that was really put on this week was the softback copy of the Kane book. So those of you who wanted the new Kane book and couldn't get a hold of a copy because they sold out instantly, here you go. So this is quite good that it came about 3 weeks after the last hardback edition. So it's a bit shorter period than the Nagash, and I forget what the other one's called. The Nurgle one, I can't remember what he's called off the top of my head. Sorry, that's my phone. But yeah, still quite good that GW thought, right, we need to get this out quickly, so because people all wanted them, we haven't printed enough, and they're needed. Also in the White Dwarf, going back to the White Dwarf now, we have some nice paint spatter for painting the Necrons that are in here. So we have the Murthat dynasty. Just showing you some nice painting of some Necron immortals. Actually looks quite nice paint scheme. I may actually steal this paint scheme if I'm going to go and do Necrons, because that is quite nice. Also in here it shows you a very nice way to upgrade your Necron warriors. Because if you're going to be taking immortals, you're probably going to be taking them Tesla guns. And there's a nice way you can actually upgrade your Gauss flares with the Gauss, the bigger Gauss guns from the actual immortals. Because if you're going to be using the Tesla guns on the immortals, you can use the barrels from theirs to put them into the warriors. So if you can see that there, that's quite a nice trick. Basically, you cut off the barrels, split them in half, and then glue them onto the end where you put the glow things for the warriors. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice paint splatter there. There's also another paint splatter for painting the Flesh Tearers. So if you want to do the Flesh Tearer chapter, there is a nice paint splatter in there to show you how to do it. I could sworn the Flesh Tearers fell to chaos because they went crazy, but you know. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, instead of going on to the rules, I'm going to tell you what I've seen in the Blood Angels Codex for the start. Number 1, Mephiston is still in there. He's still a beast. He's toughness 5, not toughness 6 anymore. Only a 2+ save, no invul save or anything like that. Yeah, he's a magic level 3 psyker. Death Company are elite choices, and no longer being troops choices. Well, I know in the Deathstorm one, there's a 1 that's troop choice, but that's just a specific special version. But in the actual codex, they are elite choices now. You also have a special character one that's with them. I think that if you take a Death Company choice, he can join them for free as an upgrade. I'm not sure. Maybe like the same with some of the Orc stuff and some of the Space Wolves and Grey Wolf stuff, where you have the special independent character that you can bring, or you can bring as a unit upgrade and it doesn't take up a Force Orc slot. What else can I remember from seeing it? So I basically had a quick glance at it today while I was at my store picking up White Dwarf. Assault Marines are no longer troop choices, they are fast attack slots. So those of you who want to bring lots of assault marines, you're gonna have to now bring them as fast attacks. Um, let's see, what else they got? The standard other troops choices they have are just normal marines and scouts. So they're your troops choices now, so you have to bring those. There are fast attack wise, I don't think it's anything new. They don't have access to storm talons yet. They can't do storm talons. They can do storm ravens, but not storm talons for some reason. I would have thought they would have had their own version of it or something like that, but no. What else do they have? They have, let's see, all of the things still have the overcharged engines, so it makes them fast, apart from the Whirlwind, the Vindicator, not Vindicator, yeah, Vindicator, and the Standard Predator. They do have the Bale Predator still, but those three I mentioned, the normal Predator, the Whirlwind, and the Vindicator don't have the supercharged engine. You can give them as an upgrade. I think it's like a 10 to 20 point upgrade depending on the vehicle, to make them the fast vehicle type. Let's see. The Land Raiders have lost their deep strike capability, so no longer deep striking Land Raiders in. Kind of makes sense that it was a bit weird that you could deep strike them in, but yeah. Let's see what else. What can I remember? Captain Dante and the Flesh Terrors one. The Flesh Terrors captain, I can't remember what he's called. Oh, now Lords of War choices. You expected. Let's think. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I think that's all the big things. There's lots of point instructions overall. I do quite like the looks of the codex. I'll maybe see if we can find a digital edition somewhere, or I'll go have a proper good look through and take notes from the store copy, because I'm still not 100% on starting a Blood Angels army. I do like them, but because I've got no assault marines as troops, I can't do what I was going to do them. I was going to do them as chaos. I was going to do a chaos Blood Angels army using only raptors and having them as a raptor cult, because that sounded cool. Oh, they also have their own versions of veterans and Stern Guard as well. So assault veterans and Stern Guard veterans, they have them in there now, so they are new to the codex, I think. And the command company is actually elite choice now. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I haven't fully read the codex. As I said, I had a quick glance, so I can't give you everything. But yeah, that's what I overview from the codex. Okay, let's go on to the rules that are in here into the White Dwarf. Now getting back on subject. Okay, we have the Flesh Terrors Vanguard Strike Force. It is a formation that you can bring as part of a Blood Angels army, I believe, or a Flesh Terrors army, because there's actually a Flesh Terrors army that's going to be in the this book. I think there's going to be a formation or a detachment in there to bring actual Flesh Terrors, so that'd be quite cool. But in here, this strike force is 3 tactical squads, 1 assault squad, 1 veteran vanguard squad, and 1 Furiosa dreadnought. It doesn't say they can't bring transports or anything like that, so they can bring transports. There's no restrictions by this. No restrictions in this formation, so they can be any size that you want, like to the minimum to their maximum sizes. Okay, special rules for the formations are the leading by example. While this, this formation's Vanguard veteran squad is alive on the battlefield, so they can't just be in reserve, like holding them back in reserve, hoping they're not going to come in and still getting all this extra abilities. They have to be on the battlefield as well, so they're inspiring the men. All units in this formation ignore the penalties for disordered charges. This includes any penalties described by the red first below, and have the stubborn special rule. So basically, this entire formation is stubborn, and you can do multiple assaults without suffering penalties. So that's pretty cool. So you don't not get your bonus from doing your multiple assaults. So you can do your multiple assault and still get your +1 attacks or your furious charge. And then red first. In a turn which this model from this formation charges into combat, the model adds +1 to its initiative characteristic. So your Space Marine is going to be initiative 5. and this characteristic lasts until the end of the assault phase. But they wouldn't get it if they were doing a disordered charge. Um, don't benefit from the red first special rule, but because of the above special rule of leading by example, that negates it, so you can do multiple charges and you have strength 5 initiative 5 Space Marines. Pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty cool on this formation. That is the only formation in here. I believe I have gone through the majority of it. Yeah, I believe I've gone through the majority of it. So yeah, it's a nice read. So I would recommend going out and buying it, especially because you get this extra little book inside it. This is the Hobbit strategy battle game for the Battle of 5 Armies, and in here we have all sorts. We have missions, we have stats for all the new guys that have been released, stats for basically I think every type of Hobbit, every type of Lord of the Rings character from the Hobbit in here. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's all the heroes. I think it's mainly the heroes that are in here, actually. So you may need to get the... Let's see... Yeah, I believe that it's mainly all the heroes. Oh no, there's warriors and that in here as well, so... So yeah, there is some good things, and there's like the stats for Azog and all that jazz. I'm probably not going to do a review of this because I really don't understand any of the Hobbit game. I completely don't understand it. I'm literally just going to go through Smaug because the Smaug model looks really cool, and I said I was going to go through the stat line for him. So, so Smaug is 700 points. So he's nearly a pound a point. I think it works out a little bit less than that. Pound for 2 points, kind of thing, for how much he's worth. Smaug Dragon Monster. That's what it's called. His movement, or his MV, is 12. His F, which I presume is fight, is 8/2+. So I'm not sure what that means. His S, which is I'm assuming strength, is 9. His D, which is defense, I'm guessing, is 9. His A, which I'm assuming is attacks, is 4. He has 20 wounds. And his C, which I have no idea what could be, courage maybe, is 6. So I'm assuming that's a pretty good stat line. For his might points wise, he has 3 in M, 6 in W, and 0 in F. I don't know what that is. I don't understand Lord of the Rings, so I apologise if I'm getting stuff wrong. His special rules are Ancient Evil, Fearless, Fly, Resistance to Magic, and Terror. He also has magical powers of Compel, which is 12-inch range, cast on a 4+, Transfix, which is 12-inch range, cast on a 3+, and Sap Will, which is 12-inch range, cast on a 4+. He has Unstoppable Momentum. If Smaug charges into combat and wins the ensuing fight, his opponents are knocked to the ground regardless of their size, except a War Makara of the Hard. I'm not sure who that is, but I'm assuming it's a big character. Furthermore, should Smaug choose to make a barge brutal power attack, or any models focused in the back, are forced back away and suffer a strength 9 hit. Okay, I've no idea what half of this stuff means. I'm just literally reading it from White Dwarf. Missing scale. If a model rolls to hit Smaug with a shooting attack on 6, success, then makes a successful wound roll, Smaug suffers a number of wounds equal to the strength value of the missile weapon used to shoot him. Basically that little missing scale. What was that I was struggling for? That was my phone. But yeah, means you can do some more wounds to him quite easily. Immovable object. Smaug can never be knocked to the ground or otherwise moved against his will, because he's a big ass dragon, you would have thought that, and never falls back even if he loses a fight. His opponents must back away even if they win, as the result of Smaug can never be trapped. Desolator of the North. Smaug may expend a single will point every every turn without depleting his own store. Furthermore, Smaug rerolls to wound rolls of 1 when making strikes against dwarfs because he hates dwarfs. Yeah. Breath Fire. Smaug must expend a will point to use Breath Fire. Threats Smaug's Fiery Breath. Treat Smaug's Fiery Breath as a bow with an 18-inch range. If the shot hits the target, all models, good or evil, within 2 inches of that suffer a Set Ablaze special rule. Although basically they suffer a strength 10 hit instead of a strength 9. Fate rolls may be taken as normal to prevent wounds, but any models suffering a wound from Smaug's Fiery Breath are automatically slain. So basically, I can breathe on you and instant kill you. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. As I say, I don't understand half the rules in here, so I'm not even going to pretend to. I've tried to read them out as best I can. I'm sorry that I'm slightly a bit dyslexic when I was coming out to reading out that stuff, so if it came out a bit wrong, I apologise. But yeah, Smaug seems pretty powerful and OP because he's an army to himself. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, because that's all I can think about to go through for this week's White Dwarf, and with all the stuff that's in it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like and comment if you enjoyed it. Comment if you think I've got anything wrong or have any suggestions for a way I can improve it, or suggestions for anything for me to review. Yeah, stick around, there'll be more. Subscribe as well, because yeah, there'll be more that will come around. There'll be a slight hiatus over Christmas because I will be away 2 weeks, but I'll try and do a roundup when I come back for everything that's came out or that is coming out or anything that I found out. So I'm going to do like a review of while I've been away. This has happened, but yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed. Stick around.